Hello there, it's a bright Wednesday morning on iBrand Daybreak. Welcome to the show. I'm Michael Nath, and with me right here is Margaret Opara. Margaret, I love your hairstyle.
Thank you, Miss Michael. Good morning.
Believe me, I prefer what you're wearing today to what you had yesterday.
Well, every hairstyle is good and every hairstyle looks good on me. Nevertheless, thank you. So how are you?
I'm cool.
All right then.
Yeah, looking forward to this show.
Of course, yes.
I'm so glad we're already in it.
Yeah, it's going to be a roller coaster of foreign entertainment, news, and other information that you would need and would bring to you in the comfort of your homes, your offices, in traffic, wherever you are in Lagos, Nigeria, and every part of the world. Yeah.
Okay, right now, let me brief you with the lineup of segments we have for you on the show today. We have news updates, we have newspaper review, tweets central, we have a guest coming up to flesh up topical issues on the show. We also have sports update with Jidechi and lots of other interesting segments. You don't want to miss it. Let's go on a short break now. When we return, we have news update. Stay there. You're welcome back, and this is the way we kick off the news updates. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday held an emergency meeting with heads of defense and security organizations at the State House in Abuja. National Security Advisor Babagana Munguno briefed State House correspondents at the end of the meeting. He convened a warning to criminal elements and sponsors of terrorism in the country that undermine national security. The president also assured Nigerians that intelligence and operational elements of the army will identify the leaders of criminal groups, neutralize them, and restore confidence in those areas.
And also the Nigerian army has admitted the logistics challenges have deterred operations against Boko Haram and bandits in the past across the country. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, while speaking during the ongoing Combined Chief of Army Staff conference holding in Abuja, said the army is under his command will work to ensure the challenges are a thing of the past.
Now, the operatives of the Rapid Response Squad RS of the Lagos State Police Command has nabbed 6 notorious traffic robbery kingpins at different locations in the state. The operational squad led by the commander of the RS, Olayinka Egbeyemi, arrested the 6 traffic robbery kingpins around the Daybreak, Ijora, Olokba, Ojota, and Ketu areas of Lagos. While briefing the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, Hakim Odumusu, on the operation, CSP Yinka Egbeyemi confirmed the arrest and recovery of a toy gun from one of the suspected traffic criminals.
Still on the robbery story, gunmen have robbed 2 banks, petrol station, and an eatery inside Iseluku, headquarters of Aniocha North and Delta State. The armed men killed 4 persons and carted away millions of naira. The report gathered said the robbers stationed their gang members at strategic positions in the town, while other members of the gang robbed the banks, eatery, and petrol station unhindered.
And from the foreign scene, and of course, to wrap up the news update, the head of the World Health Organization says further investigations is needed to conclusively rule out a theory that COVID-19 emerged from a laboratory in China. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said that although a laboratory leak is the least likely cause, more extensive research is needed. The virus was first detected in Wuhan in China's Hubei province in late 2019. The Chinese government has dismissed the allegations of a virus leak. And that's the way it went on news updates this hour. We go on a short break now. When we come back, we have a lot more to deliver. Don't go away.
From the farm, it good for body. No chemical at all. This na real banga. No more wahala or pandy wash. Just put on for fire and your food done ready. Everybody follow me, chop banga. Hey banga. Bangana palm fruit, where they come out, put them inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup where you like, and other food them like rice, beans, and even yam. Now Pali Agro Product Limited then they manufacture them. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga, come make your food yummy.
Hi everyone, my name is Chinwe Ebili. I'm here to introduce to you a very nutritious food produced and packaged by Pali Agro Product Limited. For this reason, the market has increased in stock. What are we talking about? True unripe plantain flour. It contains iron, fiber, vitamin B6, which helps your digestive system. Take a close look. True unripe plantain flour, because it is satisfying, unique, and good for the red blood cell. It reduces risk of diabetes and excellent for production. Hurry now while the stock lasts. True unripe plantain flour is available in all leading stores nationwide. Produced and packaged by Pali Agro Product Limited, Ashikpa Village in Ogun State. True unripe plantain flour, superfood for healthy living.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Warmly welcome back. Now, joining us on the show today is Dr. Dayo Kayode, a political technocrat. You're welcome.
My pleasure being with you.
Good morning.
Max.
Welcome again, Dr.
Good
Kayode.
morning. Nice being here.
Yeah, my pleasure.
The way you dress reminds me, especially with your cap there, political, what is it now, labor activist or something?
I always tell people I'm not an activist or all this thing they call it. I'm just a crusader, because as a crusader, there is no element of force, rather trying to make people to understand what is right. And the moment they understand what is right, I trust you. They're going to leave it again.
We're definitely going to hear more from you as we now take you on some of today's Nigerian daily headlines. And starting with the Guardian. This is screaming headline there. Nigeria loses over 576 billion naira yearly to medical tourism. With riders there, doctors divided over Buhari's London medical trip. Another rider narred doctors' arrears on paid salaries. PDP asks Buhari to admit failure in health sector. More riders there. President started his UK medical trip long before 2015. This is coming from Shehu. And last rider there, Buhari's health tourism, a global disgrace, says Huriwa. And still on The Guardian, or from The Guardian, we have Senate rejects government's loan requests, demands details. Another one there, and of course the last from The Guardian, IMF demands debt data accuracy, transparency from Nigeria. Others.
All right, now we move to the Punch newspaper. The main headline here says 100 Kaduna victims in bandits' den, others live in fear, coming from the Christian Association of Nigeria. And you have some of the writers here says bandits attacked church and march on the 1st, kidnapped 5 persons, says Hayab. And also gunmen abduct Catholic priest or your couple, 6 others in Kaduna and Niger. Buhari orders service chiefs to identify take-out sponsors of bandits. At the top corner says customs proposed ban on vehicles above 7 years. And also Buhari depart for the UK, PDP knocks APC on health care. The federal government meets NAD, moves to stop April 1st doctor strike. More details of these on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. And just beneath the paper says the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, presents 13 cars to Lagos outstanding teachers. And also the federal government declares Friday, Monday, Easter holiday. And also the under monarch warns residents on meat consumption as 30 cows die mysteriously. Here are some of the stories on the Punch newspaper.
And from the Tribune, Nigerian Tribune, we have Senate queries federal government's $1.5 billion, 995 million euros loan proposals. And the last from the Tribune, 800 stolen Nigerian assets worth 400 million naira linked to public officials in UAE.
Now let's move to the Nation newspaper. The main headline says findings on Boko Haram sponsors shocking, coming from the presidency. And the writer here says money being transferred to terrorists from UAE, many under arrest. More details on the page 4 of the Nation newspaper. And at the top corner, Tinubu says, I meant hiring of 50,000, not 50 million into security agencies. And beneath the paper on page 2 also says, no power transfer as Buhari begins medical vacation. And also on the top corner, Lagos raises panel on Lasso VC and teachers get cards. And motorcycles, donkeys brings in arms, says Ali. Tokumbo cars policy for review. Now, details on this story is on the page 4 of the Nation newspaper. And now, Dr. Dayo, I would like to begin with the story on the top story on the Nation newspaper that says the findings and Boko Haram sponsors are shocking, coming from the presidency. What are your thoughts on this?
You see, when I first of all saw this on the social media, the internet, and all that, I give kudos to myself. Because sometimes there's an adage which says a lizard, this red-headed lizard, it fell down from the tree. Very top Iroko tree. And it was still standing. And I said, well, if nobody is saying kudos to himself, and I said, I will say kudos to myself.
Yeah.
For a very long time, while a lot of people were agitating for change of service chiefs, I was among the very few, if not me, that started it. That it's not about the change of service chiefs. It's about the presidency. And when you're talking about presidencies, it's no other person other than the commander, commander of all the forces, which is the president of Nigeria. The buck stops on his table. I said not until when he has changed his philosophy as regards security in this country, nothing is going to happen. Change service chiefs 1,001 times, you still be seeing it. Because those that are responsible are even under your nose. And you are refusing to apprehend them. You are refusing to make them to face justice. The moment you are not making them to do that, people will be seeing you as an accomplice. And that's what made Aman-Paul. I always quote her, because I listened to that report, to say our president is an accomplice.
So,
now, listen to this now. Listen to this now. You are now saying you have found those people that are sponsoring them. Why are you not bringing them out?
Okay,
are they your political
Dr. Dayo, we can't say
acolytes
our president is an accomplice of the...
I'm not saying so. I'm saying his behavioral pattern towards this.
Was that a quote or
Well, for the
coming
show.
directly from you?
Okay.
I said, Amampor said.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then so many other people had also said it. I can quote from, what's his name? This summer CBN governor. I can quote Baraje, the leader of New PDP that left for APC. We can quote a lot of people like that. And again, when there is a leader somewhere and somebody is going against the norms and values of that particular organization, and you are not disciplining that person, then you are aiding and abetting. The moment you are not doing it, you are aiding and abetting. As you are now, if you don't perform here today, the following day you don't perform, the third day you don't perform, and your guy is not saying anything, then your guy is aiding and abetting.
But
that means he doesn't know anything.
But this is coming from the presidency saying finding some Boko Haram sponsors shocking. The president
It is beyond that. Bring them out. Let us see. Apprehend them.
Okay,
Punish
now
them.
it's
Bring
all right.
them to book.
Okay.
It is beyond this.
I have my own question
yeah,
now
forward,
to round it off. We have this is coming from the Nigerian Tribune, which says 800 stolen Nigerian assets worth $400 million linked to public officials in the UAE.
Who are those public officials? If you have seen those things, you'll be able to trace the owners. All right? Then bring them out. Because these people, I don't know whether you also read about a particular report that said over 2 trillion dollars have been stolen from Nigeria since a particular year. There was a story on that too. Bring these people out. We know so many of them that we just join politics. Within 2 years, you see them in building mansions. You see them riding in BB cars and all that. Bring these people out if you are not part of them.
All right, Dayo, we will definitely come back to you because you still have a lot more to deliver. That will be subsequently. But for now, we are going to take a short break. When we return, we have sports.
Fresh from the farm, it good for body. No chemical at all. This na real banga. No more wahala or pandy washy. Just put on for fire and your food done ready. Everybody follow me chop banga, hey banga, oh. Make you follow me chop
Banga cook don easy. Banga na palm fruit wey dem comot, put am inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup wey you like, and other food dem like rice, beans and even yam. Na Pali Agro Product Limited dem dey manufacture am. For distribution, make you call 070 666 38213. Banga for make your food yummy.
I know sports fans there are gearing up to hear what we have in store for you today. But wait a minute. We still have 1 or 2 stories to take before sports hits the air. Now, presidential spokesman Femi Adesina, in a statement on Monday night, said the president will travel on Tuesday to the United Kingdom for medical checkup, which will last for 2 weeks. It's no news that Nigerian hospitals battle with inadequate equipment and inadequate funding. Well, now, we will like to hear your thoughts. Kayode, coming back to you. What do you have to say about these frequent visits or trips abroad by the president?
Little wonder our medical doctors, those housemanship guys too, they're planning to go on strike. Because they themselves, I mean the government, they know that they are highly underfunding the health institution in Nigeria. Go to local governments. We were supposed to be having primary health care and then see what is happening there. Along my area, go there and see how shabby all those areas are. Go around and see medical doctors. loafing around. Why? Because they are not properly taken good care of by the government. Go to general hospitals. You're going to see patients suffering. Do you think they want to suffer like that with you? No. They will not want to suffer like that with you. They know that when they are underfunding that place, people will not get access to good health facilities. And when you don't have access to good health facilities, you will not be strong enough to challenge their leadership. All right? So what I'm saying in essence is this. It is not only in the health sector. The government of today, or the government in the past till today, had been trying as much as possible to pauperize people from all angles. Education, health, infrastructure. Let them take light and you see everybody we scream. But let them now bring it back. You say, hey, up NEPA. That is the extent to which they have put their fingers into our brains. Now, president traveling out for health
Reasons.
Why is the prime minister or UK not traveling outside UK to France for health reasons? Have you forgotten that down the line, 65 to 70 to 73 and even up to 75, we have people from Saudi Arabia, even the king of Saudi Arabia, coming to Nigeria on health tourism. UCH Ibadan. I saw the picture there. We see people from all over the world coming to that same UCH Ibadan for health reasons. But go there now and see what is there. We are now having carcass of the past. Why is it that we are like this in this country? And unfortunately, you and I, we just stand there, talk, without walking the talk. Instead of us to hold them responsible.
All right, I'd like to come to the part orphan. One of the national dailies today, it says, the Nation newspaper says on page 3, it says, no power transfer as the president goes on, that begins medical leave. Now, reactions from Nigerians are asking why. Because since assumption of office in 2015, constant traveling out of the country has been a norm for the president. And a reaction on Twitter, I saw on Twitter, someone asked, is there going to be an acting president? So what are your thoughts on this?
Now, I think when we're talking of governance, that's what we call separation of power. All right? Executive, legislature, and the judiciary. The executive is supposed to be the legislature and the judiciary, they're supposed to be a watchdog of the executive. All right? And I am sure our constitution has stipulations within it as regards when somebody is not at his or her position to perform certain duties. All right? What is supposed to happen? I've been saying it, that next time the president travels out of the country, power will not be given to the vice president. Because the last time he did it, the vice president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN, tried within that period to put things in proper perspectives. I was on another platform around that time, and somebody was asking me, how come I am appraising this government positively this way? I said, I'm somebody that says the right thing. When I see positive things, I say it. It was even you, Nat. You remember? I said, when I say positive things, I say it. And when I say it was started coming down. There wasn't any kind of all these marauders troubling us. The man went to south and southeast to discuss with them. And that was when he now promised them modular refineries. Even at the end of the day, we are still waiting to see the execution of that statement. So they know that, I mean, the cabal knows that if Yemi Osinbajo is being allowed to act, it's going to gain some other popularities. And mark you, 2023 is coming, and so many of them, they are jostling. They are jostling to take over power from the president that is now out of the country. So when they said that power is not going to be transferred, I wasn't surprised. But the only thing that is now surprising me, as our National Assembly turned to sleeping honorables and distinguished senators, are they sleeping? Why can't they evoke the section of the Constitution that deals with that?
Yes, I was going to come in there.
That deals with that.
Yes, I was going to ask. There had been moves in the past to stop these frequent trips abroad by some of our government functionaries. Why didn't that attempt see the light of the day?
Because they are all birds of the same feather that flocks together. That's the truth. Those in the National Assembly, let any of them come out and raise up his or her hands that he has not been going out of this country for health tourism. So because they know they too, they are also doing such, they won't be able to stop the president. But my own is, when the president is, there can be a vacuum in governance. And then you cannot jump or you cannot distort the process. Because when you distort a process, then there will be chaos. Sorry, I wanted to use Litade Lakun's language. When he wanted to say chaos and crisis, he said chaos and crises.
All right, let's
Do you understand? So we should avoid that.
Yeah.
We shouldn't go back to dark ages.
Okay, as a way of getting your final thought of this, let's look at it from the poor state of our health facilities and the negligence and, of course, the brain drain of the medical personnel. Are we going to get this right anytime soon?
Are we going to get it right? Yesterday, I was discussing with one guy. I always look at that guy from another perspective before, even though brilliant. He talks brilliantly, he contributes brilliantly. But yesterday, I just discovered that this guy is a chemical engineer. A chemical engineer. But I don't want to just say it on here what that guy is now into. Into a trade. Yeah, legit trade though, legit trade. That is a total departure from what he went.
From his field of study.
Do you understand? And I said, is this not waste of human resources? Waste of human resources. And there's a guy that had attended so many interviews. Got into the last stage, but because there is nobody like a godfather or something that we say Baba Sokpe for him. So all he did was just drop the certificate and then he started some trading, buy and selling. A chemical engineer expert. And when you hear him talk, so also is happening to our medical doctors. Here, they are not well taken care of. It's from one strike to the other. And when they now see opportunities whereby they are being needed, Canada always advertise, UAE always advertise, here and there they always advertise. And you won't go? You will go. And that's why today we have what I call high incidence of professional brain drain from Nigeria.
Now, let's round off this very, very briefly. What measures do you recommend as an individual to help us see an end to these frequent trips abroad?
There is nothing other than having in place a responsible government. The moment we have responsible government, who knows his onions, who knows the needs and aspirations of his people, and is also ready and determined, putting on that garment of political will, then every other thing will fall in place.
Thank you very much, Kai. We'll be back with you with more much later, and that will be directly after sports.
Yeah, I know the sports lovers have been waiting for the segment. Now, this is your segment, Sport Lovers.
This is your time.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, and meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery, yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, for clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners, clean wash.
Yes, it's still midweek edition of iBrand Daybreak, and it's now time for sports with Jidechi. Jidechi, what have you in store for us this morning?
Yes, thank you very much, Michael. It's the morning after the Super Eagles took to the pitch of Surulere right there. Yeah, Surulere, Teslim Balogun Stadium to play Lesotho, and they came up victorious. The last qualifying game ahead of the AFCON 2021, which will now be holding later in 2022 due to the COVID-19 pandemic that struck most parts of last year. Yes, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, they came off tops. They won that one against Lesotho. Victor Osimhen scoring a beautiful, beautiful goal in the early moments of the game. And then we saw Genekaro Ethebo scoring later on for the Super Eagles of Nigeria before Paul Onwachu came on once again to score for the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the past two games we had. Yes, remember, Onwachu scored for the Super Eagles when we went to Port Novo to play Benin Republic. He scored a late goal, and yesterday in Lagos, he was able to come off the pitch, come off the bench actually, and score for the Super Eagles again. It was an exciting one. Lagosha has got to see the Super Eagles play in the city for the first time in over 10 years. Many people were excited. The governor was there. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, who was also present for that one. Lots and lots of personalities were also present in the stadium as the Super Eagles cruised to the 3-0 victory against Lesotho. Now the question is, what next? What next for these lads? What next as they move back to their respective club sites? The sight of everyone right now would be on that wonderful tournament that will be going on right there in Cameroon. People will be expecting that Genotro will be able to lead his charges to the trophy right there later next year. Now let's move on from that one that has already gone by. and talk about an interesting story emanating from Serbia about a big man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Talk about the rejected cornerstone becoming the chief cornerstone. Yeah, the Christians will understand what that one means. It's a popular parable about something that was rejected becoming and what is being sought after. And what is being sought after right now is Cristiano Ronaldo's armband that he threw away when Portugal took on Serbia right there in Belgrade. Yes, that game ended 2-2, but that was not a drama in that one. Ronaldo walked off the pitch angrily, throwing his armband onto the pitch of play after his goal and was ruled out as a no-goal, and Ronaldo was furious. He threw out his armband in so much anger. But the point now is that armband that Ronaldo seemed to have rejected is a point of concern for a little kid right now, a 6-month-old boy, and the auction for Ronaldo's armband that was thrown onto the pitch of play is on right now. About 2.5 million euros is expected to be raised for the treatment of this young lad, and that's what's going on right there in Serbia. So Ronaldo's armband that seems to have been rejected by the superstar right now could be raising millions and millions of euros for this young lad who needs treatment as we speak. Talk about another big man who is about to do things in another country. His name is Roger Federer. Yes, right there in the country of Switzerland, his hometown. Federer is expected to become the tourism ambassador for Switzerland, and that's because the COVID-19 hit Switzerland tourism so hard that the tourism sector, the percentage dropped so much, and right now they are looking at partnering with Federer to see how they can bring up the tourism sector of Switzerland back to the foremost, and that's what's going on right there in Switzerland. Nobody knows how much it might cost, how much it might be that Federer will be collecting from the Switzerland government, but let's see how it goes. The fact is that Federer will be helping the Switzerland government to bring back the tourism sector back to life, and that's all right now on Sports Update. Back to you, Michael.
Yeah, Judechi, it's quite cheery news there to hear that the Super Eagles defeated Lesotho by 3-0. Isn't it an indication that Genetro is now beginning to live up to expectation?
Well, talk about expectation. I think Genetro just had well, he didn't really have tough oppositions in the group that Nigeria was in, and I think it would have been nothing but qualification for the Super Eagles. It would have really been a discussion for us had it been they had not qualified from that group. So I think it was well expected that Nigeria should be qualifying from this group, and we did so in style. 6 games played, and we are able to win 4 of those 6 games, drawing the other 2. So I think it was much expected that we qualified from that group.
Kudos to the Nigerian Super Eagles. Thank you very much, Jidechi. Now we'll take a short break. When we come back, we have more.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do na make you go for the open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, come make your food yummy yum.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081 63 974447
08035644436, 07066638213. Banga Fresh Pan.
You're welcome back to iBrand Daybreak midweek edition. Now, it's believed that the decision of where to study can have a big impact on your future. One decision students are often faced with is, should I study at polytechnic or university? There's a question that many students ask themselves before they take the next step in their education. There can be many deciding factors there to consider, such as the learning environment, the teaching methods, work prospects, income levels, study options, and what have you. Now, recall that sometime last year, as a result of the huge discrimination, the president of National Association of Polytechnic Students, NAPS, Sunday Asuku, said at a news conference in Abuja that the federal government should fast-track the implementation of white paper recommendations on removal of dichotomy between polytechnic and the university graduates in public service. Now, he added that HND holders who were due for promotion should be allowed to take part in the promotion examinations for vacant positions in their respective professional cadre. Asuku also said that all HND holders were previously denied promotion or stagnated for several years, and those who were demoted upon conversion to officer cadre, among others, should be included. We still have Dayo Kayode very much in the house. Now, back to Dayo. Why this dichotomy between polytechnic and university graduates or certificates? Is it really necessary?
I wonder. You see, it's just that some people are putting some kind of sentiments into this. And again, when some people are putting up a particular perspective, they do not take time to research into some of those words they're looking at. University, polytechnic. What do they do there? Research has shown, especially if you Google university and then you Google polytechnic, there are some things that you will see there. In the area of university where students go to learn, all right, to learn, and then come up with degrees after research. That word research was there. Okay? Then we now go to polytechnic, where technical sciences are being learned. I don't, do you understand?
Yeah,
but there, they were not mentioning degree. But then again, what is the meaning of degree? Okay, what is the meaning of degree? You can have school sat degree. You can have HND degree. You can have BSc degree. I don't know whether you understand.
I mean, that degree there is just a terminology that shouldn't be taken seriously.
You have gone through a process of education.
Okay.
WASC. You have gone through that process of high school. All right? Okay, after high school, what next? You go to your college. But it's somehow unfortunate. When things come down here, we turn it upside down. All right? Look at when you are wearing, here we call it short knicker. Meanwhile in UK, they will call it, I think, knicker. In America, they will call it short. But here we decide to call it short knicker. Tautology. Because nobody has ever, okay, what's even the difference? Now, when Obasanjo started this, some people were putting up some kind of sentimental thinking. But it's because Baba went to polytechnic. No. For me, For me, it depends on where you are working, or where you want to work should be a kind of a function of which one you will go.
Okay, for prospective and aspiring students of higher institutions, this has been, I've left most of them in utmost confusion as to which they should choose because of the discrimination. Now, do you think anyone supersedes each other?
See, we still get there. I'm just trying to I want us to get ourselves educated properly. Do you understand? Now, in those days, when I finished school, secondary school, then A-levels, there are some people then that couldn't enter university direct. They will now say, instead of you staying at home, you better go to Polytechnic. And then maybe spend 2 years. And then when you obtain your OND certificates, you will now enter through direct entry. I don't know whether from inception, our orientation have been tailored towards having university as higher than
superior
to Polytechnic. Meanwhile, no. And that is why sometimes you see these so-called, now in quote, expatriates in carpentry. We come from over there, here, and then be a boss to people that are within a particular housing project. You know why? Because this guy has gone through the rudiments, the technicalities involved in carpentry from a school of carpentry and will have been given, it will have been certified, appropriately certified. But here, what do we have? You want to become a carpenter, you just go under the shade. We're under Baba Risi's shade to go and learn carpentry. Where the only thing you know is about how to make otita. What do we call it again? That small seat.
Wooden stool.
That wooden stool that you use in kitchen to prepare amala. You know, and then you now say you have gone through the rudiments of carpentry? No. Somebody will come, you say you have gone to university. Instead of you to have done the proper research, you will be plagiarizing. Has that one gone through school? And then you will now come out unemployable. So I think those are areas we should concentrate ourselves on. What are you supposed to learn from the Polytechnic? What are you supposed to learn? What are the processes you're supposed to go through in a university for you to become a university graduate and for you to become a Polytechnic graduate? It is not about superiority. Okay. It is about knowledge acquired. We have to look at it as a knowledge-based submissions. You don't just say because I've gone to university. You that have gone to university, what can you do?
There have been cases where graduates who read engineering, for instance, mechanical, let's pick up that one, would come with very, very good results. But when it comes to practical terms, you see them learning how to do these jobs from mechanics along the streets.
I will give you an instance. There was a guy who went to learn piloting, okay? And along the line, he passed. And then one professor was now traveling one day. The guy from the pulpit now said, yes, you know, when the pilot are announcing, we are flying on this, my name is... When that professor heard, your name is what? He said, please let me get down from this aircraft. You know why?
Why?
Because he knew that the guy that was to fly the aircraft was not properly tutored in school. Just to allude to your statement. Not properly tutored in school. I was opportune to be at University of Madrid some times ago. And I now went to the department of, I just went round. When I got to the department of aeronautical engineering, oh my brother, I shook my head. Because here, we don't have such facilities. A series of aircraft engines. Do you understand? Aircraft engines that they are using there to teach students. But go to our universities there, what do you find there? Go to department of, any department of ITC in our universities. Tell me what you find there.
All right, Dayo.
Those are the things we should concern ourselves with.
Conclusively.
Rather than superiority as regards what knowledge are you able to bring out?
So,
what knowledge are you impacting? How are you taking good care of those teachers that are teaching these people?
All right.
These people that will go on strike about 9 months within a year.
Okay, Dayo. So what you're saying in effect is that both polytechnic and university degrees should be seen as the same.
Paramount and important.
The same, but then
thank you very much.
What value are you coming out to add to the society?
That's
thank you very much.
Should be the issue.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Dayo, for being with us on the show. Thank you for always coming around, and hopefully we hope to have more of you in our segment.
Anytime.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you continue from there. We have Tweet Central.
Oh yeah, we have Tweet Central for you. I know this is like most of the favorite part of this segment. Every part is important, every part is interesting. But when we go on a short break, we'll be back with the Tweet Central. So stay with us.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash.
All right, many thanks for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, this is iBrand Daybreak. And yes, you must have missed the greater part of the segment, but not to worry. You can always watch this on our social media platforms. Now it's time for the Tweet Central. Twitter has been bubbling. A lot of things has been happening as usual. Now we'll take a look at some of the happenings on Twitter. And firstly, I'll go with, there's this Twitter, there's this tweet now. It's about beans having 70% carbs and 30% protein. But it's also the plant. It's also the only plant-grown food with the highest source of protein. And also there's been someone tweeted as BC96 tweeted and said, I just learned beans has more carbohydrate than protein. So basically all Nigerian foods now carbohydrate, and you wonder why Nigerians are so energetic. And she said, chop bread for morning, that's in pidgin now, chop bread for morning, rice and beans for afternoon, nakeba for nights, bodybuilder goods. And at Okunrimeta, yeah, says, I wish Nigerians know beans is a carbohydrate. Like, okay. 70, no, we all know beans as protein, proteinous, yeah, rich in protein. But now saying it has 70% carbohydrate and 30% protein, I don't know if this is backed up by facts.
No, it should be the other way around instead.
Okay, well,
beans is mainly protein.
Protein,
it's
a rich source of protein, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
So, oh well. And then another one about Super Eagles of Nigeria. Congratulations to Super Eagles of Nigeria for making Nigerians proud. And also, the governor of Lagos State tweeted and said, I'm excited that for the first time in 20 years, we witnessed the homecoming of our dear Super Eagles as they play their AFCON qualifier at our state soccer home ground, the Deslin Balogun Stadium. Sport is an important part of our themed agenda for Lagos. And Femi Bajabiamila tweeted and said, my wife and I joined the governor of Lagos State at the Deslin Balogun Stadium in my Suliri 1 federal constituency to watch the game between Nigeria and Lesotho. So we are proud of the Super Eagles. Michael, are you proud of the Super Eagles?
Indeed.
You're very proud of them.
Yes, and we hope it continues this
Oh
way.
yeah, we wish them many more wins and also making Nigeria, Africa proud, and everywhere they go. We have a lot of tweets for you, but sadly we have to wrap up the show. Yes, but before I wrap up the show, I will leave you with a tweet from Walt Disney. It says, all our dreams can come through if we have the courage to pursue them. So your dreams can come through. If you have the courage to pursue your dreams, it will come true. So on this note, do not give up. Stay true to your dreams. Run after it like your life depends on it, because it does. So we have to wrap up the show now. My name is Margaret Opara.
And I am Michael Nas. I also want to thank the guest we had today, Dr. Dayo Kayode, the political technocrat. And you out there, with all of us put together, that eventually led to the success of the show.
There is no iBrand Daybreak.
Yeah, sure.
All right, then. See you next time. See you tomorrow, rather. Bye for now.